You're watching The Ugly Inside? Subscribe below.
Welcome back to TUI Transfer Talk. Reports have come in recently that Danish international and Bayern Munich 20-year-old midfielder Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg is on his way to Southampton. His agent has confirmed it in some Danish papers in the recent days. Now, I'm joined by a special guest to give us the lowdown on Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg. I'm joined by MiaSanMia, a Bayern Munich Fans Channel. Prince, how are we doing, mate?
Hello, I'm good.
Tell us, who is Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg?
Well, Hojbjerg, he's kind of a special talent from us. Ultimately, I feel kind of sorry for him because he's been really good for us in 2014, especially. That was his real breakout year. And under Pep, he developed a lot. Whereas in 2015, he got loaned out, had too many midfielders, and ultimately that loan did really well for him because he played a lot at Augsburg. He developed really good. A lot of people were saying that he should come back for 2016 and have a starting role for us. But then in 2016, when we got Vidal, we kind of didn't have that the need for him anymore, so we loaned him out to Schalke. And I think ultimately that was a mistake on our part because Schalke, they had a lot of midfielders, they didn't really need him. And ultimately, I think 2016 was probably his worst year in the 3 years that he's been playing professionally. So yeah, that's Hojbjerg.
So he played for Schalke last season. How would you summarise his season last season or the season that he's played for Bayern? Because I understand he's come through the youth academy as well.
Yes. Last year at Schalke, it's quite difficult because most of his appearances were for a sub role. So most of the time he just came off the bench or played 20 minutes or 30 minutes and then went back to the bench. So it was really difficult to say because Schalke, they didn't have any midfield problems. They had a lot of young midfielders that they of course wanted to develop themselves. They didn't really want to just develop our loanee. So it was really a bad mistake by us. But ultimately, I still think that he played a different role at Schalke than he did at Bayern. But ultimately, I think that's going to help him in the future.
So I understand he's a central midfielder.
Yes.
I've seen some of his highlights on YouTube, some of these videos. He's a player that likes to get forward and likes to carry the ball into the final third.
Yes, that's true. And that's why last year at Schalke, I was actually playing as more of an attacking midfielder than just a central midfielder, which ultimately isn't his position. But I think that's going to help him in the future just to know what he's going to do in the final third.
Now, what sort of goals? Does he score many goals when he gets forward into those?
That's probably his biggest weakness, his productivity.
Other than sort of taking players on, getting into that final third, for us anyway, he seems like a replacement for Victor Wanyama. I don't know how much you know about Wanyama, but do you think there's similarities between the two?
Yes, I do. Ultimately, the best way to describe Hojbjerg would be like a jack of all trades. And I think that's kind of the same with Wanyama. Not too similar, but I do think they're pretty similar in the terms of that they're well-rounded, essentially. So I think that's going to be... You'll notice that straight away.
His agent's confirmed it. Do you think he'll do well? Yes. He's 20 years old, lots of years ahead of him.
Ultimately, I think so. I think if he was at any other club than Bayern, where our midfield is so stacked, he would have been already a first team starter. I think that goes for any club, and I think that's why he's going to do really well for you guys.
Fantastic. Well, there you have it, guys. Let us know in the comments below what you think of the Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg transfer. His agent's confirmed it. It seems like a done deal because agents, they don't tend to lie. But if you want to check out more Bayern Munich fans content, head over to MiaSanMia's channel, the Bayern Munich Fans Channel. All the links are in the description, or you can click up in the eye just in the corner. But for now, like, share, and subscribe for more. Thanks, Prince.
Thank you very much for having me.